Welcome to my channel Money Principles. My name is Jesse Borst and I'm a professional investor responsible for managing billions of dollars in multi-asset funds. On this channel we discuss timeless principles about money and investing. And in today's video we discuss the principle that you need to focus on the most important driver of wealth. The US Association of Actuaries did a study about what is the most important driver of wealth accumulation. And in this study they made quite an interesting finding. It's because if the question would be asked to me, what is the most important driver of wealth? I would have said something like investment returns. Why? Because I know that investment returns, the higher the investment return, the more money you make on your investments, and the higher the chances that your investments will grow exponentially and that the power of compound interest is most effectively used. But interestingly, in this study, they found something different. They found that 74% of the reason why people became wealthy was not the rate of return, but was the savings rate. The savings rate is how much money you put into your investments every month. So the more you invest, the more wealth you have in the end. So the savings rate is the most important driver of wealth. And if you think about it, I really had to think about it. Does that make sense? And yes, that completely makes sense. I can give you an example. Let's say you get a very good return. You get 100% return this year. So you double your money this year. And you invested $1,000. Then your $1,000 would be doubled to $2,000 and you get a $1,000 profit on your investment. But what if you only get a 5% return? But your 5% return is on a $100,000 investment. Then you get $5,000 in profit. And why is that so significant? Is because of course you can get a very large return, but generally also large returns are associated with more risks. So what people do, people chase high returns, but they invest only money that they are willing to lose. So effectively what they do, they lower the amount that they invest to take more risks. And if you do that, you might get a high return, but you get a high return on a low invested amount. So if you turn that logic around, if you find a scalable investment, an investment that you can just really build wealth into, so whether you have $1,000 or 10 million, you can still use this investment vehicle, then you can really let compound interest do its work. Because you have this investment vehicle, you don't need to take a lot of risks, because even a 5% return on a 10 million investment is still a lot of money, but you don't run the risk of losing everything. So it also gives you a peace of mind, and that allows you to leave your investments alone and give your investments the time to compound over time. So what do? I try to look for scalable investments. I always have this mental trick that I do is, what if I would inherit, let's say, $1 million? Would I invest in this particular investment? Would I be risking everything for this particular investment? And if the answer is no, I don't invest in it. What I also do is that I don't look for very high returns. Something above 10% is already a high return. What I do in my own investment calculations, if I think about a financial goal, let's say I want to build wealth and I want to have a certain amount in the future, then I can calculate how much do I need to invest now. But you can then do two things. You can assume a high return or a lower return. And what I do, for instance, on my investments, I assume a 6% return, which is quite conservative, but it helps me to really focus on what the study shows, the savings rate, because that savings rate will eventually determine how much money I have in the end. Because I won't change my investment vehicle, I will put more money into my investment vehicle. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and click on the bell to get a notification when I upload a new video. If you want to ask a question, do so via the comment section, and I will answer as soon as possible. Thank you and see you next time.